What is up, Dub Nation? Welcome to the Warriors Media channel. We are here with Brandon as we're doing a little of a rebrand. Now we got Brandon as my kind of co-host. Before, I was just doing this all by myself. So excited to have Brandon joining me here today. How we doing, Brandon?
Doing well, dude. For those of you that have followed our old channel, Locked In GSW Podcast, we now rebranded and called it Warriors Media Podcast. So once again, guys, hit that like, subscribe button, follow us on all social media platforms. All the links are down below in the description.
Yeah,
And
we will continue.
let's get this started, man.
Yep. So, the off season's obviously gone by pretty quickly. The Warriors were trying to go for that big fish, even though, mm, they had some money coming off the books, right, with Klay Thompson, and they would actually spend a little bit this off season compared to the other, seasons where they could only go out and get these minimum contracts. But let's start right there. Klay Thompson unfortunately moves on from Golden State. The Warriors get 2 second-round picks, I believe it was, from the Dallas Mavericks because the Warriors didn't want to take any salary. I think otherwise they may have actually gotten Josh Green, who Dallas shipped off to, I believe it was Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. So, what are your thoughts about losing Klay?
Bro, I was sad as shit. Okay.
I know.
Clay was he's one of the boys, man. He's one of the Splash Bros. Now we don't have no Splash Bros no more on this team.
Oh, we'll get to one of the guys, but yeah, still, I agree.
It's gonna be
Man, it's just
so weird
sad.
without him on the team, for sure.
Yeah,
Seeing him
'cause
in a
he's
different
being.
uniform.
I know I've been seeing the media coverage stuff, and I just
Mhm.
see the Dallas one, and I'm like, man, it's just so sad to see. It looks so weird to see him. What is he wearing? Like 31 or something for Dallas? It looks so weird, and I feel like it's gonna take so long. I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to see when he, comes to back to the Bay. When the Warriors do face Dallas. But yeah, it's personally for me, I was like, we've gotten multiple championships. I'm okay, honestly, if we kind of suck for a few years. Yes, I know you have Curry, and so you're trying to maximize that championship window, but it's just like for me, I felt like I just wanted to have the band, you know, together for their entire career, and that unfortunately isn't going to happen. Luckily you still have Draymond and Curry, obviously, but yeah, again, you don't have the band. So how did you feel about that? Were you kind of the same as me, where you weren't gonna mind if we kind of sucked for a little bit, or?
Yeah, but I feel like we need to at least go have one more run with Steph being there, and to where
Mhm.
he's still good. Um, so this season's gonna kind of tell like how it goes.
Yeah.
We picked up a few key pieces. We
Mhm.
kind of got a tall center finally, too,
Mm.
as well. I mean, taller than most
I know,
players
but
that we have,
it,
dude.
yeah, I know. They draft, so it was so weird because the Warriors basically didn't have a first round pick because of prior trade with the Trailblazers. And
Hmm.
so basically, if it had landed any like in the top three or whatever, or top five, like the Warriors would have kept the pick. But because it was, I believe, for the 14th pick, the Warriors didn't get the pick. It went to the Trailblazers. So then the Warriors only had the 52nd overall pick, and it was just very weird because we go to the day two of the draft, and they end up trading for Waiters the third, and then they trade it back, with cash, and end up drafting Quinton Post, which is the guy you're talking about, Brandon, who's 7'1", I believe it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just like a weird kind of trade.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Like I think we're doing it for um for us to be able to have a big as well, because like I said, it's we've been struggling,
Hmm.
especially on the perimeter. Against these tall, well, these other bigs that we play against, like for example, the Lakers when we had that
Hmm.
game against them in the playoffs 2 years ago, right? We also struggled in the playing game against the Kings last year.
Yeah.
That killed us as well. So I think that's the reason why they went with this guy. Um, and then um, I think they kind of like low key helped um, like build around Steph in a way. This off, I feel like they did a lot more this offseason compared to
Hmm.
prior. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But that's also because they had the ability to, right? Because I forgot to mention this, but with the Clay deal, I believe they also got like what was it, the mid-level exception, I think it was, um, that they'd received with it, or like opened up that. And so yeah, they were able to go out and spend and not just go with these 1 year, 5 million, which is the minimum,
Hmm.
contract. They're able to actually go out and sign, guys like Buddy Heald, for example,
Yep.
um, for I believe it's like 2 or 3 years. Let me see um what was it? Okay, so he'll be a free agent, I guess, in 2028 with a player option in 2027. Um, and yeah, they did a lot of sign and trades actually with these deals, like for a Buddy Heald, for example. Um, And so I thought that first off, I thought that was a great move. He's, a guy that can shoot. That's what I was saying earlier. Yes, we lost the Splash Bros, but now we got the Splash Buddies
This guy.
with with Steph Curry and Buddy Heald. But I like this, move by the Warriors. How do you feel about Buddy Heald?
I like this move as well. I think this should help a lot out here, and I think it should help Steph as well, like we talked about. So it's gonna be interesting to see for sure.
Hmm.
Um, who's the other guy that they signed?
So then they also did through a sign and trade. They got Kyle Anderson, or as a lot of
That's right.
people call him, Slow Mo. Um, but
Hmm.
I thought that
How do
was
you
also
feel?
a pretty solid pickup
Yeah, I
to,
was gonna say, how do you feel about
stretch.
that one?
Yeah, I thought, he's a stretch, he's an all right shooter, but I think he's a guy that, like, I'm not gonna say he's Draymond completely, but he has some of the, I feel like, attributes that Draymond Green kind of gives, and that was the issue with Golden State. Also, is when their bench is very young. Especially before these free agency moves. You have Brandon Pajemski. You have Jonathan Kaminga, Moses Moody. So I feel like having a guy like Kyle Anderson is actually going to really help out this team.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, dude, adding what do you call it? Adding these key players should help, and I'm not exactly too worried going into this season. To be honest, I think we should be okay. I think um, JK is going to be freaking even better this year.
Oh yeah, have
Um,
you seen any of his like videos and photos from the off
yeah,
season? Yeah, dude, I don't know about his hair though, dude. Not gonna lie, not a
you
huge
know
fan of him.
what? You don't
With
like the
his,
blonde?
nah, man. I don't know, but
Yeah. Sorry, man. Hold on.
you good.
So yeah, so I'm excited to see how TJD does too this season.
Hmm.
Um, I'm also excited to see how Moses Moody is out there. Um, I'm excited to see how Andrew Wiggins is going to
Mm,
bounce back this season.
yeah.
Um, and Draymond. I'm excited
Mm,
to see how Draymond does this season too. Hopefully, no suspensions this time around.
yeah. I
you know?
mean, this is something we don't really know, but if you remember after the suspensions too, he was getting kind of the help and, seeking, advice and things from
Mhm.
people. So I'm curious to know if he's just going to continue that, which I think if he does, that'd be, great. And I think you bring a really good point with having him, hopefully for majority of the games is I think that's also why the Warriors were like, what was it, the 10th seed last season is Draymond Green missed a ton of games and it clearly frustrated even Steph Curry. You saw Steph Curry like get
Well,
so
yeah, I
frustrated
did.
because it was like he was the only guy able to really do anything.
Yeah, seriously.
And then, Andrew
And then
Wiggins
also,
unfortunately dealing with a lot of, personal things. So another great point is I think hopefully, knocking on wood and he's dealt with so much too. So I think, he'll probably be focused this season too. So that will be a huge factor because we saw what he did in 2022.
yeah. Also, um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Also, like last year was the year I think we for sure needed to um really go all in. Um, and Draymond Green suspension kind of killed that for us. I
Hmm.
feel like, and kind of just like definitely affected the season for sure. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I think if
Hmm.
everything was good and fine and dandy, I think we could have been at least a 5 or 6 seed,
Yeah.
going into playoffs type thing. So that for
Hmm.
sure affected us, and you could tell majorly that it did last year. So I mean, bounce back season this year, man. We'll see what happens. I think I think we'll be all right this year, dude. I really do.
Hmm.
I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, they also go out and get D'Anthony Melton, who is a great defender. That's something that the Warriors kind of
That's definitely what we needed.
struggled, with
Mhm.
last season is especially the transition defense and other issues too on defense. So I mean, man, imagine him and GP2.
I
Oh
know.
man. And then
Hopefully,
if like
GP2 can stay healthy as well this year.
yeah, no, that's a big thing too. But the nice thing is also no one's, you know, coming in hurt in the camp. Everybody's healthy too, so you're not having guys missing, time. Because what was it? A couple years, Draymond Green, I remember, got hurt, and then he was out for training camp a little bit, and then that kind of affected the team. So it's great to also see that they're healthy heading into training camp. I'm trying to see who if they signed anyone else. I mean, I think that was mostly it. Just a lot of smaller kind of two-way um, contracts with like Reese Beekman, who is gonna spend more time in the G League, if anything. To um, I'd expect probably um, Quinton Post, right? The second round pick,
Oh yeah,
probably
that's true.
probably also in the G League a lot. But yeah, I like the overall depth of this team though. Is I
Do you
think
think it's
this.
better than last year?
Mm, okay, so let's see. So we ended up.
Last year we had
Yeah,
Steph,
Clem.
Clay,
Yeah,
Draymond, Wiggins, J.K., Moody, uh,
TJD,
TJD, Chris Paul, GP2. Um, oh, um,
Dario Saric.
yep, Dario, Brandon. Um,
Hmm.
who are the other ones? Uh, God, I can't think of the damn names right now. We had like I think 3 more guys after that, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
like the major guys,
Yeah,
right?
the major guys that played like a lot of games.
I think we're honestly a better team this year.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that.
But the thing is, it's like it's gonna be interesting to see who takes over Clay's spot because Steve Kerr's also said like that it's gonna be a lot of competition. He said the only two guys that are locks for starting are Draymond Green and Steph Curry.
Yep.
So,
Every other position's wide open.
and I like that because it's like you want the
Honestly,
best out.
I'm like low key surprised that Andrew wouldn't
Yeah,
have wouldn't stay
yeah,
out there.
Andrew
But
Wiggins.
then
Yeah,
I kind of get it because he did miss half the games last year, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
yeah, but I don't know. JK's kind of a weird fit because it seems like they're trying to get him to play like the three because that's what they're like wanting him to work on. And so, I mean, we'll have to see how these preseason games and stuff goes well
I
because
think
I
he's
think they'll
better. I think
continue to try
he's
to figure
I
it
think
out.
he's
So,
better at the four,
yeah,
um, and Draymond at five. To be honest,
I don't know, dude. I feel like we're so tiny though.
yeah. Especially now that we're getting older,
Yeah,
it's a lot harder for sure.
yeah, but I'm excited to see like the second year leap that Pajemski and Trace Jackson Davis take.
I'm excited for
TJD, they're
Virginia.
saying he also got they said he got a little taller, which is interesting. And he's gotten stronger as well.
Hey,
And then
don't be surprised if Pajemski takes Clay's spot.
yeah, no, I would not be surprised. There were already reports like as soon as Clay left that like he'd
Yeah,
be
that's what I'm
taking
saying.
over the spot. So I would not be
Yeah, that's what I'm
surprised.
saying.
Yeah. Though I could also see it being Anthony Melton or like Buddy Heald, possibly. My question to you is though, what's gonna happen with a guy like Moses Moody? Because I feel like the shooting guard spot is so crowded.
Yeah. Um, I don't know, dude. He needs to fight for his
I
job.
guess he could
Basically,
play the three, but like still, it's just this team feels so crowded.
if he starts off the season doing well, I think he won't have an issue at all.
Yeah.
If he struggles, then we have a problem.
My thing is too, the last season when he actually played, I thought, fairly well. Like especially defensively, he was good, and for the most parts, even though there were little minutes, like he did well in this you know, little minutes. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It's gonna be
do you
hard.
think
Yeah.
we're better this year?
Um, yeah, I think we're a little bit better. Like I told you earlier, I'm not too worried going into the season. I think we'll be okay. Um, I feel like Phoenix is kind of up in the air right now too. I feel
Mm,
like the Lakers are not going to be that good this year.
yeah,
Um, I feel like the Clippers. I don't know.
that's gonna
They
be tough.
could be okay,
Yeah.
but they always, when it comes closer to the playoffs, they always choke. So
And it's like, dude, Kawhi, if he does not stay healthy, they are screwed.
yeah, same thing with Paul George.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't
Though, I
Paul
mean,
George
Paul
get
George
traded?
is on the 76ers, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you
Um,
kind of? I kind of. Do you wish we got PG-13?
okay, so let's talk about this because I was going to ask you about the whole big fish thing. It's all because of the damn Clippers. We're like, we're not helping Golden State. We rather lose him for nothing. Because the thing is, the Warriors had to do it as a sign-in trade. They couldn't just outright sign him because, where they are in the luxury tax and stuff. So, um, yeah, thanks Clippers, but yeah, the Warriors were interested in Paul George. I mean, they also tried to go out and get Laurie Markkinen, but he ended up re-signing. But those are really the two guys that the Warriors are going after. They don't get either one of them, so
Yeah, dude, that's kind of annoying.
yeah. I mean, maybe they go after someone at the trade deadline, but I don't know. Um, yeah, let's see. I mean, just looking at the Western Conference, I mean, okay, I think the Kings will be better because they got DeRozan. KC's probably still going to be good. Minnesota's interesting because they traded Carl Anthony Towns away to the
Dude,
Knicks.
that's just crazy to me, bro.
Dude, I was like, what? I did not
That's
even
just
see that.
crazy.
Rockets are going to be a sneaky team, I feel like.
They're coming up in the air right now.
Dallas. Dallas could be good. Denver, they're always good. Yeah,
Yep.
honestly, I feel like the Warriors actually could be the fifth or sixth seed. Yeah, man,
It
I
could
think
happen.
the East is definitely more packed because you got like the 76ers, Knicks,
Yep.
Bucks, Celtics,
Hmm.
Pacers, Cavs. So yeah, I think yeah, but what are your thoughts about just not unfortunately getting the big fish?
I think I think I was kind of upset about it, to be honest. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I didn't think that we were gonna afford him anyways, to be honest with you.
Mm,
Um, what else? Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It was how do you say it? Like it was like too far fetched. You
mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know that we were trying to get help for Steph, but I just didn't think it was gonna. I wanted it to happen, but I didn't think it was gonna
Also, the
happen.
things that we were trying to give up was like Moses Moody and like multiple picks, and it's like, come on, the Jazz aren't gonna take that. What's their GM's name? Why can't I think of him? He's hmm, is it the owner? Okay, well, I don't know why I can't think of his name, but he's like one of the guys that he's known to be extremely hard to trade with. Why can't I think of his name? Oh, Danny Ainge. There we go. He is one
Mhm.
like he is known to be very hard to trade with, and it was, yeah, I think just the way because they probably wanted Pajemski, and we're like, no, because we think he's a future All Star type of level player. So I'm honestly, it would have been great because I think you still have this depth, and then you'd have like a second scorer in Markkinen and also add size. So I feel like that would have been amazing. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think honestly I like though that we have depth now. I'm just interested to see how Kerr, you know, what the lineup combinations and stuff are, because I think you also don't want to have like too many players to where it's like, you want to have a set, I feel like 9 to 10 player kind of a lineup, and I feel like the Warriors are kind of over that right now, but yeah, we'll see.
yeah, we'll for sure see. It's gonna be interesting to see for sure. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, for this season, do
Mhm.
you want to go live during the games at all?
We could. I probably just won't be able to go over like for a lot. Like it kind of just depends, I guess, because there's so many games. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Okay,
guess
just let me
it
know. I'm
depends.
just
Yeah.
kind of figuring shit out, just so we can,
Mhm.
get like more views and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
that's for
yeah, if
sure.
not, we'll just
Okay.
do pre games, post games, all that good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that is it. We'll be back for our, I
When's the
guess
season start?
season 23rd.
23rd. Okay,
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we'll be back with our kind of more season preview there,
sounds
and
good to
hopefully
me.
we can get like Bashar or something, you know,
Yeah, I think we get
to
Bash.
join. Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it, man. Can't wait. It's gonna be good.
but yeah, that's gonna do it, guys.
Yes, sir. Until next time, go Dubs. Peace.
Go Dubs.